Earthquakes were happening all around the world. Monsters were emerging from the ground. At the same time, countless beams of light appeared. Anyone touched by the light could enter heaven. Four brothers were trapped in their house by demons. They decided to draw straws to see who would go out to find food. Seth drew the short straw, but he immediately tried to back out. That's when Jay decided he would go in Seth's place to find supplies. Craig was worried Jay wouldn't last long, so he insisted on going with him. The visibility on the streets was terrible. There was smoke and fire everywhere. They found a house that hadn't been destroyed. They were celebrating, having found a lot of food, when suddenly a hellhound charged into the room. It started chasing Jay around the room. Soon Jay ran into a dead end. At the critical moment, Craig grabbed Jay and pushed him out of the room. They narrowly escaped. Back at the house, everyone agreed that this place wasn't safe to stay in, so they decided to leave in the car. But just as they reached the door, at this dangerous moment, Craig stepped up. He chose to sacrifice himself to save his friends. As the demon took a bite out of Craig, a beam of light suddenly appeared. The three in the car were stunned by what they saw. It turned out that anyone who was willing to sacrifice could go to heaven. The remaining three in the car started praising each other, but it didn't do any good. Suddenly, an armed truck crashed into them. They were taken hostage by a group of strange-looking thugs. As the thugs were about to tear them apart, Frank stood up and started fighting the thugs. He decided to sacrifice himself. At that moment, the beam of light appeared again and shined down on Frank. Frank started mocking the thugs, but unexpectedly, the beam suddenly disappeared. Before he could react, the thugs swarmed him. The remaining two didn't have time to mourn. They could only keep running. They hid under a pile of rubble. Suddenly, the ground shook. A giant demon appeared and spotted them. The two brothers held each other tightly, facing death together. Just as the demon was about to eat them, the beam of light appeared, but the beam only shined on Jay. But Jay grabbed Seth's arm, and together they flew toward the sky. But the beam could only carry one person. To protect Jay, Seth let go of his grip and fell into the demon's mouth. Seth's self-sacrifice moved God, and the two brothers, hand in hand, entered heaven together. When they arrived in heaven, they were greeted by Craig. Craig told them, in heaven, any wish could come true. Everyone was stunned.